So, guys, today we are going to discuss about the Zscaler. Uh, why Zscaler is becoming hot topic in the market, how they have transformed themselves from the proxy solution to a full-fledged SASE solution now, right? Recently, they have also launched their Zscaler SD-WAN, become single vendor, single vendor SASE provider. So the journey was very, you can say easy for them because from proxy, already they were having, URL filtering and other next generation features available. So what they thought of was like rather focusing on on-premise devices and on-premise security posture. Let's move the security on cloud and start delivering it to cloud, right? And the moment they started doing it, they got very good customers onboarded, right? So they have very good customer base these days, and they are doing good as well, right? So if I talk about the Zscaler solutions, what are the solutions we have available from Zscaler? Which industry is adopting, right? What would be the meeting agenda for today? What we are going to discuss, and what I will be walking you through. So basically, today we are going to discuss about the SASE architecture. We will be discussing about the Zscaler Internet Access Service, Zscaler Private Access Service, Zscaler Digital Experience, then Zscaler Admin Portals, right? And we will also discuss about Zscaler and SD-WAN integration, right? And then there will be a Q&A session for to take your queries and all that stuff. Right? Now, when I say SASE architecture, why industry is moving towards it, right? So when we talk about digital transformation, you must have heard this term very frequently these days, digital transformation. And I keep on repeating this term. You might have heard me repeating this term again and again. Every organization is going through a digital transformation today, right? The reason being that earlier, if you closely look at an enterprise network, we used to have on-premise application, be it your SAP, be it your other CRM tools, in-house applications. Now everything is moving towards cloud, right? Now that transformation, when if everything is moving towards cloud, you cannot have private network because earlier enterprises were preferring MPLS. They used to have hub and spoke topologies where every branch used to come towards hub, and from hub they used to get the secure internet breakout. At that point of time, very limited bandwidth was needed for internet related traffic, right? Because most of the applications were hosted inside the data center. But these days things are different. Your mostly applications are moving on cloud, and the biggest example is Office 365. The entire Office 365 suite has moved from on-premise setup to cloud. Now, when it is moving towards cloud, what you know uh, transformation it is bringing in the network, it's like you need local breakouts on your branch locations, right? You cannot do backhauling of traffic. If you are going to of the traffic, it is going to impact, right? Enhance the performance to you know uh, reallocate more bandwidth to your hub location and give more bandwidth to your uh, branch locations. Decentralized architecture is needed. So nowadays we don't focus on centralized based architecture, right? Decentralized based architecture is needed, and the key technologies that is enabling digital transformation is your internet, cloud, mobility, 5G, right? And if you see on screen here, let me just bring laser. So if you see this, this is your new world, right? Where you have cloud, you have SaaS applications, work users working from home, data centers on-prem and cloud, right? This is going to be your new topology for each and every organization in upcoming years. If they are not adopting today, they will be adopting, in upcoming years for sure, right? How do you secure this new world? Because now things are becoming more challenging. Users are accessing your resources from internet. Your workforce is working from home, working from cafe, working from anywhere. You cannot control them, and your offices are also using internet lease lines for connectivity instead of MPLS. How do you secure this particular transaction, right? This is where Zscaler is coming, you know, into the picture. So the shift from traditional architecture to SASE architecture was like, if I will walk you through this, traditional world here, let me zoom this. So this is how it is going to be earlier, right? Uh, we used to have regional data centers here, then we used to have one backbone data center, right? And your entire security stack, be it your firewall, IPS, URL filtering, antivirus, DLP, SSL, sandbox, whatever it is, we used to implement the entire security stack inside the main data center. And your branches, your users used to connect to the regional data centers, and then back to back connectivity was there. And remote users were used to connect with the your VPN gateways and all that stuff. So outbound traffic, inbound gateways, this is how we used to secure this particular network earlier, right? But now this model is failing. First of all, if we will stick to this model, backhauling is needed. Backhauling means every traffic which is going towards internet. Now your traffic on internet is like SaaS, right? Office 365 and other applications, app and all. If I will be bringing entire traffic here and from there it will break out to internet, obviously I would need more bandwidth on data center and it will create choke points in my overall transactions of WAN architecture. I don't want that. So next gen architecture says that your users should be able to access resources directly without any backhauling. We don't need any backhauling, right? So you need a cloud-based solution to secure these transactions, right? When you're giving local internet access to all the users, local internet access to the branches, right? You're not dependent on MPLS anymore. You need to have a cloud-based security services so that you can secure these transactions. I'm not saying that once you adopt Zscaler, you will remove your security stack from data center. It will be there. Data center security stack will be there. But if you see the overall cost optimization, right, you need not to increase bandwidth, parallel bandwidth on data center. If you are paying heavily for your MPLS, right, you can switch to for dual MPLS. Mostly, critical branches they operate on dual MPLS. So instead of dual MPLS, you can switch to ILL and broadband, and you can make use of SD-WAN box. And with the help of that particular SD-WAN, you can build secure tunnels with your data centers with SAC providers, and you can secure your transactions, and you can do the cost optimization. Right? So this is what SASE is bringing on plate, right? It is optimizing your cost. It is optimizing your, and it is also securing your transactions. Okay. So yeah. So now when I talk about SSE, right? So what capabilities SSE is bringing on table, right? What do we have from secure services? So SASE is like secure access services. Earlier, uh, you know, Zscaler, Netscope, they used to be SASE solutions only. SD-WAN was a separate solution. But later on, in mid 2022, or maybe after that, Gartner included SD-WAN as part of the SASE. Right? And then things have changed. Right? Earlier, SD-WAN was not part of the SASE solution. And SASE is a framework, right? Secure access services. What secure service edge capabilities are bringing on table? It's like you're getting URL filtering, you're getting SSL decryption, data loss prevention, right? CASB solution, cloud access secure broker, sandbox, anti-malware. What is the benefit of getting all these services from cloud? This is what we need to understand, right? Now, just take an example. You have one branch where you have put one firewall. Okay, you have 100 users, and that firewall is able to cater those 100 users. In upcoming future, in next 6 months, you have 200 users on that branch. Now you have limitation on your hardware because your hardware cannot hyperscale. It has limitation, limited CPU, limited RAM, limited storage. So in that case, either you need to upgrade your hardware, you need to replace it, you need to onboard a new hardware with big capacity, or you can switch to a solution which can hyperscale as per your requirement. So this is what it is, SASE, right? What happens? Your SSE, what it is doing, you are just paying the subscription cost. Okay? They are not asking you to pay like if you will overutilize our resources, we will charge you this and all, and that, right? This is what we do in hyperscalers, right? AWS, Azure, we pay as we go. How much we utilize, we pay as per that, right? But in SSE, what they are saying, right? I will be charging you basis on your number of users or locations, bandwidth, whatever it is. They are fixing the cost. I mean, it is like your cost is not going to vary much, right? They are giving you a fixed cost, which is something attracting customers, right? If they will make this model as pay as you go, then I might, might be customers are not interested in this solution. So they are making it like either basis on number of users or basis your bandwidth, we are going to charge you. On top of it, you're getting hyperscale functionalities. Like whenever your transaction count is increasing, you will get resources on demand. Let's take an example. Earlier, I was having 100 users, right? And those 100 users were breaking out through Zscaler data centers. Going forward, I will be having 200 users. They will break out through Zscaler data center only. All I need is just I need to purchase the licenses. That's it, right? Then in future, if my branch will have 500 users, I don't have any problem. I don't need to upgrade anything. I just need to get the licenses. That's it, right? And my job is done. So this is what you get from cloud-based services. You need not to worry about upgrading your security stack, security posture. Another cool part is like cloud access security broker. Now, what is CASB? Right? Mostly people are not aware of this term, CASB. What happens? It's like you have purchased Microsoft tenant, right? You have SharePoint. You are putting your uh, files on the SharePoint. Earlier, what used to happen? Your data was residing within your premises, the data center boundaries. But now, what is happening? Your data is on cloud. Okay, and the data which is not moving, right? The files are there, it is uploaded inside SharePoint, and they are at rest, not moving those files. We call that data is data at rest. So there are two type of data, right? Data in motion, data at rest. Data in motion is like when from branch your data is traveling to the respective destination. That is inline traffic, and you can do inspection on top of it, right? But if your file is already there on some cloud where it is not moving, how will you do, you know, security assessment of those files, right? How you will make sure that that particular file is secure, it is not exposed, right? So for that, we have this CASB solution. Now, what CASB is doing, CASB is able to provide you security on your data at rest. Okay. So it is going to help you to do security posture assessment on your files which are already uploaded on OneDrive, SharePoint, Box, and if any malware is there, if any file has been shared with everyone, which is a confidential file, automatically it will help you to restrict the access and all that stuff. So you can connect your SaaS application with SSE providers, and they will do continuous scanning basis on your configuration. Right? So this is what ClassB is. Then sandbox, you might be aware that sandbox is there to protect you against the zero-day attacks, right? So zero-day malwares or zero-day viruses are like whose signatures are very new. And now with AI, what is happening? Hackers are generating new malwares every millisecond, right? Every millisecond, a new malware is getting generated. So what is happening? New signatures are there. So how you are going to stop those malwares, those viruses entering inside your network? That is a big question, right? So for that, we have AI-powered sandbox these days, right? And every organization is bringing AI into their defensive systems as well. Okay. Now coming to the SASE solutions available. So if I talk about single OEM complete SASE solution, so from Cisco, we have Cisco SD-WAN and Umbrella. From Palo Alto, we have Prisma SD-WAN and Prisma Access. From VMware, we have Ngcloudx SD-WAN and Velo Gateway, right? Fortinet, same story, Fortinet SASE, Fortinet SD-WAN and Fortinet Gateway. Same with Versa, and Zscaler has also launched their SD-WAN, and SSE was already there, right? And then new emerging SASE solution which is coming up in the market is Kado SASE, right? I'll discuss more about Kado SASE later on. This solution is coming from Israel, and it is like it is going to hit the market very badly now, right? Because their SD-WAN box, their SSE capabilities are beyond imagine. I mean, you cannot even imagine the way they are providing the services. So we'll discuss Edo as well, because soon you will see this product has started capturing market. If I talk about integrated SASE solutions, multiple OEMs you can bring together, you can do the integration. So you can connect your Cisco SD-WAN with Zscaler. You can connect your Cisco SD-WAN with Prisma Access, Velo Cloud SD-WAN with Zscaler. Multiple combinations are available. And throughout this training, what we are going to do is we will be integrating our Fortinet SD-WAN with Zscaler. So already we have covered the Fortinet SD-WAN course. So in that we did the Zscaler, but now what we are going to do is we are going to deploy the full SASE solution where we will be integrating entire Fortinet SD-WAN with Zscaler, and we will be doing the packet routing on the licensed product, right? This is what we will be doing. Now, if I talk about Zscaler Internet Access, this is the first service which we get from Zscaler. Zscaler Internet Access is there to secure your internet and SaaS-based application transactions. So whenever you're going for any interview or something like that, first of all, they're going to ask you, tell us about the Zscaler services to understand your mindset, how much you know about Zscaler. So let me just also bring up Zscaler client connector in front of you so that you can understand. Okay. So this is how this client connector looks like, right? There are multiple ways of forwarding your traffic towards Zscaler. This is one of them, client connect. So here you will see one service is internet security. Currently it is off. Then we have private access. It is on, right? So internet security name is suggesting that it is going to secure your internet traffic and it is going to secure your SaaS based traffic. Private access is going to provide you the secure access to your private resources. It is not a legacy VPN solution. It is direct replacement of legacy VPN solution. So first we will discuss about internet security and then we will come to private access. And similarly, third service will also visible here. That is your digital experience. We will discuss about all three services. Okay. Starting with Zscaler internet access. So here what is happening? We are securing your inline transactions of internet and SaaS applications. Okay. What happens? This is the user here. So this is the user here. Now, like I have shown you the ZCC client connector in my laptop, right? So what is happening? The ZCC is making tunnels with respective data center of Zscaler. Okay. Now there are two types of tunnel with this ZCC, tunnel 1.0 and tunnel 2.0. Now, this tunnel 1.0 is nothing but your proxy solution. It can only carry port AD and 443 traffic. Right? Only web traffic you can send through tunnel 1.0 if you have configured it in a way. Right? But if you go with tunnel 2.0, it can take care of entire traffic, all ports, all protocols, everything you can send it towards this Zscaler data center. And from there, it can securely break out to your, you know, internet, respective destination. Now, how the entire architecture has been designed by Zscaler, right? So, see, it's like they have this central authority in each cloud. So basically, whenever you buy Zscaler solution, they will give you a tenant in one of the clouds. So it is a multi-tenant environment where you're paying rent. Subscription is nothing but a rent, right? So like we have deployed Zscaler in our organization, right? And we are using it for multiple services. So we are paying rent for that, right? There is a cost for every user. Now, what they do, they have multiple clouds, Zscaler.net, right? Zscaler2.net, Zscaler3.net, likewise. So, what happens when you get onboarded on that particular cloud, right? Every Zscaler cloud is having a central authority. Now, what is the main purpose of this central authority? This central authority is keeping track of everything. It is keeping track of your organization ID. It is keeping track of your traffic ID. It is keeping track of your user ID. Everything is there with this central authority. These service edges, which we call ZIA public service edge, Zscaler internet access public service edge, these are the data center locations. If I talk about India, in India, we have Zen nodes. We also call them Zen nodes, Zscaler enforcement nodes, right? So if I talk about India, we have Zen nodes in Delhi, we have Zen nodes in Mumbai, we have Zen nodes in Chennai, and Hyderabad is one of them. Now we have it in Hyderabad as well. So what these Zen nodes are doing, I mean, the best part is like, irrespective of your location, wherever you're moving around the world, you'll get the same security posture which has been configured for your organization. This is the best part. At present, we have more than 150 plus data centers of Zscaler across the globe, and it will be soon 220 plus. Already transactions are going on, new data centers are getting live, like Hyderabad was one of them, and similarly around the globe, we are having more Zscaler data centers. Now, the best part of this solution is like you can move anywhere. Each data center will give you the same security posture. Whatever policies I have configured for my tenant, for my organization, those policies will be available with each Zen. Now, how they are doing it, that is an art. And this is what they are charging, right? So how they are doing it, what is the pin technology behind that, right? So what happens, it's like to configure your policies, to configure your services, you get admin portals, administrative portals, right? So Zscaler internet access, Zscaler private access, you get their respective admin portals. Through that portal, you do your policy configuration. You onboard your branches, you define your authentication mechanism, you configure your SSL decryption policy, you configure your, malware related policies, your security policies, and all that stuff. You do that particular configuration through that portal. When you activate your changes, it will be pushed towards the central authority. Right? Now, central authority is aware what you have done. Now, what happens whenever any user is trying to connect to the data center, right? So, what happens? I'll show you here. Let me bring that Zscaler client connector again here. So, what happens if I will log out from here? So, I'll show you the entire initial process how it is done. Let me just log out. So when you initially launch this application, right, there are multiple ways you can roll out this application to the user machines, right? You can do it with the help of the group policy. You can silently install this software inside the user machine, and multiple other ways. When we design the solution, we also freeze these things, how we are going to roll out this connector to the machines. But the moment you are going to enter your username and user ID, what is going to happen here is discovery will happen, right? And the moment you do the discovery, this request will go to the central authority. Okay. Now, central authority will then give you the set of services that, this is what it is for you. Okay. So it is giving me these accounts, which account you need to pick, you can pick it up, right? And one more announcement, guys, this Rohan was me only. Many people are confused. you know. So earlier I was working, so I was using this name. My real name is Nitin only, and I've already declared it. So if you're not aware, if you see videos from Rohan on my channel, it's me only. Okay. So if I select my username, right? So what I have done, we have also using Zscaler in our environment. So I have integrated Zscaler with Microsoft Entra ID for authentication. And now you can see first authentication it did for ZIA service, and now it is doing it for ZPA services. And then registering it with Zscaler service. This registration process will be done, and it will bring up my tunnels. So this application will go down, then it will relaunch itself, and then it will bring up the respective tunnels. So one tunnel will be built with Zscaler public service edge, and another tunnel will be built with ZPA public service edge, the broker tunnel, right? Because I'm using both services. So in your case, you might be using only one service, either ZIA or ZPA or both, or you might be using three services, ZIA, ZPA, ZDX, right? So it depends what services you are using. We will see it inside this application. Now, if you will see, this tunnel is up. This tunnel is up. You can see the location of the data center. You can see my network type of trusted network, right? And the tunnel version I'm using, how much traffic I'm sending it through, right? And then this is the private application, right, to access my private resources. Similarly, if you go to more and if you see here app policy, right? So these are the things which we configure on our tenants, right? So this is what you need to get. So it has received everything from the central authority. Now what is happening when this user is initiating the traffic? This machine is generating the traffic. This traffic is going to hit Zscaler Zen, right? And this user is carrying the user ID. Now this Zen is going to query the central authority that what will be the policy set for this user ID. Now your central authority is going to reply back, with the respective details.
Panorama deployment cluster you having any model daily office ಯಾರನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟು
Srikanth, you're done. You're teaching someone? Seems like you're teaching someone. Okay. Uh, so what central authority is going to do is central authority is going to reply back to the Zen, right, with the set of policies for your company ID, for your user ID. The transactional time for this particular transaction is 300 milliseconds. Initially, you will see a delay when you first time access any website, because that Zen to which you are connected right now, it will get the details from the central authority. Once it has received the details, then for further transactions, Zen is aware what policy sets I need to enforce on you. So later on, you will see that transactional time will decrease, right? Processing time will decrease. So first website when you try to open, it will be like a little bit slow, but After that, it will be fast. Okay. This is for ZCC, when my traffic forwarding method is ZCC, and to which particular data center I need to connect. All this will be decided with app profile. But there are other ways as well of forwarding your traffic to Zscaler. One of them is like IPsec tunnel, GRE tunnel with the help of pack file, right? And then ZCC, right? And within ZCC, two methods are there, tunnel 1.0 and tunnel 2.0. Then comes your log routers. Whatever transactions you are doing, right? How I will be able to visualize the logs. I need analytics. So in this admin portal itself, right, there is a section where we can see analytics. Okay. So in analytics, what happens? You will be able to see which user is doing what, whether they are accessing any malicious website, whatever security posture you have defined on Zscaler, you will be able to analyze it. You can see your tunnels, how forming. You can see the location. Many, you will get detailed reports. Multiple things are there. I'll walk you through the admin portal as well. Now, what happens? It's like how they are storing your logs. Because
Nitin,
for
I have one question. Vishan this side.
yeah, Vishan.
Oh, just one confusion. So when we are using client connector, it uses app profile. It doesn't uses the pack files, right? Pack file is totally different. Or is
Vishant, I'll
client
take
connector
your
also
questions
use?
at last because we'll break the flow. We
Okay,
have the
sure,
Q&A.
sure.
Okay. So, what log routers are doing is like, whatever transactions you are doing through Zscaler, okay, they're going to share the meta information. They don't share complete log information. They don't store complete log information. They break it. They break it with the help of the, techniques they have for compression, right? They break it and they only store meta information in these nanolog clusters. Because what is happening is like if they are going to store the complete logs, they will be exposing the user IDs, other details of the users, transactional things which is happening. Reason being that you're also doing SSL decryption. Okay. Another best part of this solution is like if you configure SSL decryption on any on-premise firewall, there you will see that performance will degrade. But with SSE solutions, you will not face such problems. Okay. Performance related issues will not come. Now they are storing the meta information, user ID, other stuff. If you want to see the logs, what happens? It's like your query goes to the central authority, right? Nanolog clusters are going to respond back with the meta information. And then with the help of your tenant ID, your organization ID, you know, logs will be reconstructed. And that's the reason there is a delay of 5 to 10 minutes to view the logs on the portal. You will not get live logs instantly. There is a delay, right? Because that information gets stored in the format of meta information. Then that information gets reconstructed to make it readable inside the admin portal only. Because this is one of the biggest concern organizations have raised before as well, that you cannot store our logs directly, and they are not even storing it because if any hack happens, they can expose the organizational data, right? So that's why they store it in meta information. We'll discuss more about it later on. Now coming to the private access. What is private access, right? So with Zscaler internet access, we understood that we are securing our internet traffic, we are securing our SaaS-based traffic. Right now, I'm connected to Zscaler. If you want to verify that, we can verify it. Let me just open one tab. Let me show you. So if you visit ip.zscaler.com, and if you are breaking out through Zscaler, you will see it. right? Because right now I'm connected through ZCC. So my traffic is going through the New Delhi data center. Okay. And you can see my organization name and my username is coming. If I click on connection quality, it will show me that where I'm sitting with which particular data center I'm connecting, right? So it will show me the statistics as well. So here you can see my location, Noida, and I'm connecting to New Delhi data center, and this is how it is. And I'm connected via Zscaler client connector Z Tunnel 2.0. If you want to do the speed test, you can do it and you will get the statistics or download bandwidth, upload bandwidth. So these are the basic things which we do whenever we do migration for any customer, right? Whenever we onboard their users or onboard their locations, we do this speed test and all that stuff, and we visit the ip.zscaler.com to ensure that we are breaking out through Zscaler now, right? So you can see, okay, upload and download. We have got the statistics. Similarly, here, if you want to get the Zscaler cloud performance test, you can click on ZDX, right? And here, you can also get this service, right? And then it will also give you the hop by hop details, how things are working. Another thing is like Zscaler Analyzer. Basically, it is a tool which you can install in the user machine and you can do the testing. I have it already. Let me see if it is installed here. It is not installed right now. So analyzer is there to help you testing the latency and every stuff through Zscaler, because this is the common practice which we have noticed during the transactions. Whenever we make any website, any particular site live through Zscaler, common hits you get is like speed related issues. Because what they do when you're connected to Zscaler, if you're going to do speed test, you're going to get the inaccurate results. Right? If you go simply to speed test by Ookla, and if you're going to do it, definitely you're going to get the inaccurate results. Another thing is here, see your location. It is finding you as Zscaler. Okay? Reason being that your entire traffic is breaking through Zscaler data center and it is applying NAT on your traffic. So Zscaler says you need not to worry about NATing. You need not to worry about routing. You just forward your traffic towards me and I'll take care of the things. Okay. So here you can see my source location on Ookla is detected as Zscaler. So it means it will give me the test result from Zscaler data center towards the whatever server it is trying to find, right? And I'll get inaccurate results here. So whenever you roll out Zscaler service, if your customer is saying that I'm getting inaccurate results and all that stuff, then please do ensure that educate them that please do not do these third-party speed tests. Right? Either do it from connection quality, or there are other methods as well available with Zscaler which you can try it out. Then comes your cloud health. Now this cloud health, here you can select your cloud. So like I said, we have Zscaler.net, Zscaler 1.net, 2.net, 3.net, Z is CloudNet. So it depends on which particular cloud your tenant has been provisioned. And you need to accordingly select your cloud and you need to see for the health. You can see transactions processed per second, policies, threads blocked. Similarly, here, if you go to cloud status, it is going to give you the details if any service is impacted, right? And you will get the details here, right? All the details, which data center, your data center details are also available here. So you can check for maintenance related issues. They will give you the details, right? That Zscaler maintenance is going on and all that stuff. In fact, you get regular uh, email notifications as well. Okay, for any incidents, it is going to uh, provide you the details here. Okay, so ip.zscaler.com is going to give you the details about everything. Now coming back to Zscaler private access. Now, Zscaler private access, as name is highlighting, private access means it is going to provide you the secure access to your private applications, to your data center, to your cloud applications, right? So there is one lightweight connector, we call it uh, Zscaler app connector. Okay. Now, this app connector helps to connect to your applications. So, in legacy VPN, what happens? Connect to your VPN client, and then you get the complete network access because whatever subnet we are sending you, either they're in remote access VPN, there is two ways, right? There are two ways. One is like we can make full tunnel, that is, you're routing everything towards the gateway, security gateway, and from there it is decided what needs to be done to your internet traffic, SaaS traffic, and private traffic. Another way is like to optimize the performance, we do split tunnel. That only private traffic will be coming to the data center. Internet and SaaS will break out locally from the user. It creates security vulnerability because your internet and SaaS traffic is going unsecure, right? I mean, there is no security posture on that particular traffic. So there is a risk you can download malware and viruses, right? So this is where this private access service comes into the picture, which says that I will not expose the complete network to the users. And this is part of ZTNA as well, Zero Trust Network Access. So it is also adopting one of the ZTNA principles, which says that I'm not going to give you the complete access. Okay. So what I will be doing, I will be giving you the access you're entitled to. It means, let's take an example, myself as Nitin, right? And I just need access to few applications. I come from IT background and I need access to the IT applications only. So basis on those applications, my access will be controlled. I will be getting only access to those applications, right? So Zscaler private access says that I'm not going to give you access basis on network. I'm going to give you access basis on applications. You are entitled to access. Right? So if I'm having access to only IT applications, that I cannot access other applications in my organization. This is the beauty of this solution. This is different from legacy solutions, right? Where we are not exposing our network. Okay. So everything, whenever you need to give access to any particular user, you need to make it a FTDN. IP based also you can do it, but it is not recommended, right? Another best part is like users cannot see real IP of the applications. You get ephemeral IP when you do NS lookup for your private applications. Get ephemeral IP 100.64 something like that, right? Live example I can show you. Right now we are connected to Zscaler private, right? So if I will do NS lookup, SXI 1.Ngcloudx dot. Okay, I'm getting this. This is not real IP. This is ephemeral IP. So what you do with Zscaler private access is like Zscaler private access is also hiding your real IP so that attackers they cannot initiate direct attack to your private applications. Because what happens is like, see, outsider attack you can stop, but what about the insider attack? And if you analyze the cybersecurity reports, you will figure it out that insider attacks are now increasing. Either machines are compromised or users themselves they are doing it. Right? Now, to zero trust network access framework says if you go with the ZTNA principles, they say that we are not going to trust anyone, anyone, not even the director or CEOs of the companies, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to have a mechanism in place where your applications are securely sitting somewhere and users are able to access them but without knowing their actual network details, right? If I will try to access this website or this particular ESXi server, I can do it. I mean, what I need to do is here I will be typing this ESXi 1.ngcloudx.local and it will open up. Now this transaction is getting secured through Zscaler private access. I can show you that as well. So let me log in into the Zscaler portal and I will show you. So, so this is the portal for administrators, right? Through which you will be able to list out. Okay. Right now I'm not carrying my Google Authenticator with me. Okay, I'll get it afterwards. I'll show you how this transaction is getting secured. Right, I'll get my phone. Let's continue with our discussion. So what happens is like you being the user. Okay, let me use whiteboard to explain this in a better way. So you being the user, you're coming from a location like I'm sitting in Noida, right? My resource could be anywhere, right? Let's pick it up. So my resource could be anywhere. My data center could be on premise, off premise, or on cloud, wherever it is. What happens is like this is my laptop right here. I have this GCC application installed, right? Now what is going to happen? This GCC is making two tunnels. One tunnel with ZIA public service edge. Another tunnel it is making with ZPA public service edge. There are two clouds which are securing your transaction. Okay, service edge. Now what is happening? If I would like to access Facebook, YouTube, any SaaS application, Office 365, it will break out via this particular data center and it will go to the respective destination, internet and SaaS. If I want to access my private resources, it will go here and it will break out to the respective destination location. It could be my data center or it could be my cloud, AWS, Azure, GCP, whatever it is, wherever your workloads are hosted, right? Now, how this transaction is getting secure? So in ZPA, what happens? It's like we deploy app connectors. Okay. So what happens here? Your client is going to make this outbound tunnel with the broker. We also call it broker. And your app connectors are also going to make the outbound tunnels with the broker. The best part of this solution is like within your data center firewalls, you need not to open up any inbound connection for any of the servers. Everything will be outbound. So what happens whenever any user is trying to access the internal resources? you know, So initially when I was doing the user enrollment, I received the policy and other details from the central authority, right? So when I was receiving that details from the central authority has also given me the list of the internal applications, or you can say private applications, which I have configured on my Zscaler private access admin portal, right? So that information has also come to the GCC, because you need to figure it out that on this particular browser, how Zscaler is segregating the traffic between these two services, right? This ESXi.1, -1.ngcloudx is also accessing through the browser. And if I now go to youtube.com, it will also open up here, right? How these things, how your Zscaler, GCC is identifying that which tunnel I should be using, right? For YouTube, I should use this, and for ESXi.1, I need to use this. How this decision is being made, right? Now, this is the part of the GCC architecture. How this application works and decide which particular tunnel I need to use for that particular traffic routing. We'll cover this part in the training, right? The complete architecture of the GCC and all that stuff. So your internal, now I'm assuming, and I'm letting you assume that GCC is aware. GCC is having this intelligence that internet traffic, I need to use this. And for internal applications, I need to use this particular tunnel. Although there is a backend logic, there is a way, there is an architecture which is in place, right, for this traffic manipulation, right? Because everything is coming from your application layer, and in your application layer, your application is web browser, right? And doing traffic segregation is part of the ZCC. So this list you have, whenever any transaction will be initiated for this internal application, what is going to happen is like central authority will run a logic and nominate the nearest and best performing app connector. There will be a possibility, guys, I'll take your questions, right? I'll just take a pause after explaining this and I'll take your question. So there will be a possibility that this application which I'm trying to access could be part of multiple locations, because I have done deployment for very big customers in my past tenure, where we were having multi-region presence. App connectors were deployed in multi-regions, and same applications were available in all the regions, right? And based on user movement, we used to provide access to the nearest data center. So what logic central authority plays is like, is going to find out the nearest app connector, which is going to give you the best performance of this application to this particular user. So central authority is going to nominate that app connector, that boss, you need to make outbound tunnel with me for this particular connection. And then this broker is going to relay this connection. So what happens, these outbound tunnels are there, and then we create the micro tunnel. Let me use a different color. So we create a micro tunnel to provide end-to-end application, user to application communication. This is how it is securing your private connectivity. It is not based on any network. Okay. I'm taking a pause here. I'm also stopping the recording, and then I'll take your question answers, because I think you are having too many things to ask here. Please raise your hand, drop it in Q&A section, and in second half I will go through it. Just type your query in the Q&A, and then
Okay,
I'll take it up.
thank you.
Yeah, because I have so many slides to cover. Now comes your branch traffic forwarding methods, right? So what are the traffic forwarding methods we have? forward our traffic to the respective Zscaler environment, right? So first comes is like legacy environment where you don't have SD-WAN device, you just have your legacy route. Right? There you have two options. Either you can install a ZCC client connector in the user machine, and they will build their respective tunnels with the zero trust exchange of Zscaler, and they will break out your traffic to the respective destination, internet, SaaS, private application. ZCC is one of them. Now here the problem is what will happen to my servers, what will happen to my IoT devices, what will happen to my CCTV cameras, what will happen to my printers, right? There you cannot install GCC. So how you will forward your traffic? So this was the issue. So what we used to do in this scenario, we used to build GRE tunnels or IPsec tunnels, right? And you might have heard this term, GCC over GRE, right? So this tunnel is side-to-side tunnel is also there, right? IPsec or GRE. And then if GCC is also there, then GCC is going to further make one more tunnel on top of it. That's why we call it GCC over GRE or IPsec. We don't use IPsec when we go with this combination. We always use GRE. In GRE, you don't get encryption, right? So from security point of view, it is not safe as compared to IPsec. This was legacy setup. Now comes your SD-WAN. If you have the SD-WAN, what you can do is from your SD-WAN device, you can build your IPsec tunnel with the Zscaler and all of these traffics, camera, printer, laptop, it will be forwarded with the help of this tunnel, right, towards the Zscaler, which we will be discussing in upcoming slides. I have the architecture, I'll show you. Now, then they launched a branch connector, right? So like these lightweight connectors, they were like, okay, get rid of them. Just deploy this branch connector and start forwarding your traffic towards that connector. And from there, it will send the entire traffic to the Zscaler cloud. This was also intermittent solution from them because they were in you know, a race to build their Zscaler SD-WAN solution. Now they have got their own Zscaler SD-WAN box, right? So finally, they have got their Zscaler SD-WAN box, and now they can route their traffic towards the exchange with the help of the SD-WAN. So here, rather using Cisco, Fortinet, Velo Cloud, you can use Zscaler SD-WAN and you can route your traffic. You don't need any connector. And if you have connector, you can define the trusted network criteria and you can disable it whenever user comes into the office, plug in the cable, your ZCC will be disabled, right? And your traffic will be forwarded towards the zero trust exchange. If user will go out from the office, the ZCC will be enabled and it will give you the secure services, right? So these are the traffic forwarding methods we have. Okay. Then when you go with this setup here, you can also disable, I mean, your ZCC will be disabled. So how you are going to access your private applications, right? So your private applications will be available through SD-WAN Fabric, which we have gone through inside the Fortinet SD-WAN training, at how we build the SD-WAN fabric and how we access the data center applications, right? Now, as part of that training only, we will club them together. We will build the real SASE architecture with the real hardware and like this Zscaler tenant. So I'll show you how it is going to be. I'll talk about Zscaler digital experience later on. Let me first show you the architecture, that how it is going to look like, right? I have that slide. Yeah. So this is how it is going to look like. Right? So what is happening here is like you have your branch. These are your users. This is your SD-WAN devices. Cisco SD-WAN I'm using here. This is your data center. You have SD-WAN devices. You have also deployed Zscaler App Connector. It is a lightweight VM virtual machine, right? Close to your application segment. Your SD-WAN fabric is there, through which branch users are able to access. Now, this dark line is representing private traffic flow. So here you can see users are able to access the private applications through SD-WAN fabric. This green, gray, and this line is depicting your SaaS and internet traffic. So your SaaS traffic will hit the SD-WAN router, right? And from here you have the tunnel towards the Zscaler data center, IPsec or GRE depends. From there, it will break out to the respective destination. This is how your traffic is flowing for branch user. This is branch use case. And the same user will go to home. The Zscaler client connector will become active. So how do we decide this? There is a method called trusted network criteria. If you see my application here, what it is showing off trusted network. How it is able to identify that I'm not connected to a secure network, right? So we define that criteria. If my application is able to detect that I'm connected to trusted network, I can disable it. I can configure it. If user connects to the corporate LAN, automatically disable the ZCC. If user is connected to off trusted network, enable the ZCC. If user is connected to VPN network, do as per the configuration, right? So this we can control, and we control it through ZCC portal. So inside ZCC portal, you have app profile, forwarding profile. Here we control all of these things, right? Basically, this gets configured inside forwarding profile. Okay. What will be your traffic forwarding method for ZCC, right? Now, when user is going home, what happens? The ZCC will become on. Your respective services will become active, right? So internet and SaaS-based traffic will go to the ZIA public service edge, and your private application traffic will go to the ZPA public service edge. And from there, this app connector is also created the outbound tunnel, and then micro tunnel will be created to access your resources securely. And this is what is happening. Right now, I'm outside my branch, right? So ZCC is giving me secure access to my private resources, and it is also securing my internet traffic. So this is going to be your complete SASE architecture and your BAU traffic flow, right? Which we normally discuss with our customers. Okay. Now, coming back to our discussion. Yeah. So if I talk about Zscaler digital experience, this is the third service which we have from Zscaler. There are multiple services from Zscaler, right? These three services are like which are very commonly used. The digital experience these days is also gaining market. Now, what digital experience is doing? See, troubleshooting a issue, that too, if you have a something, when you have service chaining like this, where you have this SD-WAN solution, you have Zscaler solution. So network team will be managing your SD-WAN, right? And security team is managing your Zscaler. So when users are coming from branch, they're going to hit the SD-WAN first. And from there, it will be decided which path you need to take, right? And then it will go to the Zscaler, and from there it will break out to the internet. If any issue is coming, how you are going to troubleshoot? So there was a coordination effort between network team and security team to isolate the problem. Now, this digital experience is going to help you with that. Sometimes what happens when user is working from home, and if nothing is working properly, they blame Zscaler. that Zscaler is not, since I've installed Zscaler, things are not working well for me. These are the common things which you will notice from your users. What digital experience brings on table, it is going to give you end user monitoring experience, right? So with the help of ZDX, you can see how end user Wi-Fi is performing, right? You can completely see the cloud path, hop by hop, how much latency you're getting on each hop, how the underlay network is performing for that user. So you get such visibility, right? And it helps you to isolate the problem. In fact, you can also monitor your applications, how they are performing, right? You can onboard your SaaS applications like Microsoft Office 365, your SAP, your other applications, Zoom and all that, right? You can onboard them. In fact, you can also onboard your custom applications and you can monitor their performance, right? I mean, how they are performing in each region. You get all those visibility inside the ZDX admin port. So that's why from monitoring perspective, this tool is very help and it helps to isolate the problems very fast. Where is the issue, right? Because when you're troubleshooting such things, it becomes really a headache to isolate the problem. And whosoever is coming from the support background, you must be able to correlate what I'm trying to say, right? Now, if I go to digital experience, other things. So here you will see that we have the integrated view, right, where you have the app owner, endpoint, right? So what happens? It's like your devices, your applications, everything you can visualize on this particular admin portal, right? So whatever exchange is happening through this, you will be able to visualize it in the admin portal. You will be able to get complete cloud path, how much latency is there, how it is performing, right? You can trace it. So here you can see, right, these are my users here, right? And from user to Zscaler cloud, this is trace number one, right? Then from Zscaler to user, trace number two, and from Zscaler to cloud, trace number three, right? You can do it. Guys, I will be right back. Somebody's at the door, right? Uh, let's take a short break of 5 to 10 minutes, and I will be right back. We'll continue from here. I hope it is
Yes,
visible.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, Zscaler digital experience helps to give you the details of each hop, how much latency and all that stuff you're getting when you're accessing something, right? Be it the ZIA or ZPA, both services, you get the visibility and it helps you to troubleshoot the problems. This is your third service, and these are the commonly acceptable services from industry. Right? Now comes this PZen, right? This term is like private Zen. I'm not sure whether you have worked in China territory or in UAE, where we have the restrictions, right? Compliance is something which you need to follow. Otherwise, they will ban you, right? So, this particular thing, what happens is like Zscaler is giving you one box, hardware box, which will be having complete details, whatever you have in your ZIA public service edge. That software is available within that particular box, and it is going to give you the services which you are going to get from the public cloud, right? So we have deployed this in one of our customer in China. So what we have done is like, we deployed these private ZENs in the DMZ, right? So what happens basically is like your internal traffic will hit this private ZEN. You'll get the inspection, everything, whatever you were getting from ZIA, and then it will break out to the respective destination, right? Also, you can create backup tunnel from the public service edge. In case this goes down, then you have the backup available. And now the thing is how this is communicating with central authority, right? So this communication, outbound communication is there, and it is happening with Zscaler Cloud, where your central authority and manual log routers are there. So mostly in China, in Dubai, you will see private Zen deployment. It is costly, right? The cost is very high. Okay? But few customers, they want it. Now, if you get cost-effective solution, our customer says, "Oh, I cannot buy private hardware. Give me another solution." Because when you bring down your cloud, we also call this term bringing down our cloud, right? So when you bring down your cloud, it is also going to fast track your transaction. So latency will drop, okay? And because it is close to your perimeter, right? So your latency will drop. You'll get better performance out of it. But again, whenever there will be a need for hyperscaling, that functionality will not be available here. Another solution is vZen, virtual Zen. A virtual Zen is like you will get the VM. So you need to deploy that VM, right? And on your particular VM host, you need to deploy it and you will get the virtual service edge through which your traffic will be getting inspected, right? So these are the two different deployment methods available from Zscaler, right? Whenever there is restricted countries are there, like China or Dubai, where you need to control it. So you can go through it. Now comes another thing that is cloud connector. These days, multi-cloud networking is booming, right? And customers are not relying on just one cloud. They have presence on different cloud providers. Few services on AWS, few services on Azure, few services on GCP, and multi-cloud networking is needed, right? So when cloud to cloud communication is needed for internet services as well as for private services, then we deploy this cloud connector. Now this cloud connector is different from app connector, right? Why it is different? Because in app connector, you can just only take care of your private traffic. In cloud connector, you can take care of both your public traffic, that is your internet and SaaS, and your private traffic. So basically, when we host your workloads in the different clouds, there, if your workload needs to access internet, it can be done. If you deploy EKS cluster, if you have worked with Kubernetes, you must be getting it what I'm trying to say. So when you deploy your EKS cluster, right? So your worker nodes, they might need to access internet for updates and all that stuff. So it will be handled through Cloud Connector. If cloud to cloud communication is there, right, your worker node needs to communicate, because sometimes what happens, we deploy front end in AWS and we deploy database in Oracle, or we deploy database in Azure, wherever it is, right? And then there is a need that my front end or back end needs to communicate with the database, right? That private transaction should be there. So we make use of same cloud, right? So this is how it is going to be. Here you will see you have security VPC in your providers, right? And then these are your cloud connectors, and you have these parties here as well, right? And it can facilitate your cloud to cloud communication and your branch to cloud communication. Everything is possible with this cloud connect. Now coming with Zscaler integration with Cisco SDWAN. Right? So from here we will discuss about the integrations. So you might be having hybrid underlays, MPLS, internet, dual internet, right? So you can integrate your SD-WAN with the Zscaler service with the help of the IPsec tunnels or GRE tunnels, and your SD-WAN boxes will do the traffic steering. Okay? That you can do. So your private application, which we have just explored few a few minutes ago, that how your private applications will be accessed through SD-WAN fabric and how your internet bound traffic will be taken care by Zscaler. We can go through it, right? I mean, we can integrate both these services. Now comes, how this will be done, right? What methods we have, how many tunnels we should be creating with the respective Zen nodes, right? So what we do is like here you can see primary data center is in Washington DC, and backup is in San Francisco, right? So what we are doing is we will have your one tunnel here from this SD-WAN box, another tunnel from this SD-WAN box, and these will be your active tunnels, and these will be your standby tunnels, right? So there are multiple ways, multiple tunnels you can create. You can deploy it in active, you can deploy it in active standby. Multiple architectures are available. So if I talk about the tunnel pair, how you would like to run it, right? So if you have dual internet connectivity, right? So you can keep one tunnel active and one tunnel standby, okay? Primary DC and secondary DC. If you have, hybrid underlay where you have MPLS and internet, so you can have both active and standby through your internet circuit. You cannot use MPLS because it is a private network, right? Similarly, you can also have active setup where you can utilize both underlays and you can have active tunnels towards your primary DC, right? And you can do the load balancing, right? Similarly, if you have only one internet connection, so you can have all your active tunnels through one internet connection. So these are the multiple ways are available. So it depends on customer use case, customer environment, and accordingly we create, the architecture. Okay. So, you can also, let's take an example. I want to do load sharing, right? First underlay is ILL, internet lease line, right? Where I would like to pass my 80% of traffic. I can do that. Another underlay is LT, where I just want to pass my 20% of traffic. I can do that, right? So these arrangements, these things are available. We call it weighted load balancing. And best part is like Zscaler, it also supports, integrations with these vendors, right? So from vManage itself, you can configure your tunnel onboarding and all that stuff, right? So this is how it is done. So if you go to Zscaler partner integrations inside the portal, right, you can onboard your vManage. And when you are going to open the Cisco vManage, through that itself, you can just create your tunnels within the Zscaler. It gets connected with the help of the REST API. So this is how it is done. Similarly, we have other solutions like Aruba SD-WAN is there. We can integrate it, right? And we can automate it, automating the onboarding of the tunnels, right? Similarly, you have, this, let me show you, Cloud SD-WAN. You can integrate Cloud with Zscaler. Then, this is how it is going to look like SD-WAN plus internet access, right? Then you have Fortinet SD-WAN, which we are going to cover in our training, right? So basically what we are going to do is we have the uh, Fortinet devices in our locations when running. Fabric has been built. Now we will integrate that fabric with the Zscaler cloud, right? And we will simulate the packet flow, right? So this is what we are going to do inside our upcoming trainings, right? Now, mostly I have walked you through the theory part. We'll take short break, and after that, I will walk you through the actual portals, how it looks like, Zscaler portal, ZIA, ZPA, your SD-WAN and other things. Before that, now I will take your questions. Whatever questions you have, just let me know, right? And then after break, we will continue with our admin portal walkthroughs. Yeah, yeah, please. Whosoever is having questions, please let me know. The main website URL is ngcloudx.com, right? If you search ngcloudx on Google, you will get our office details and all that stuff. Now, this ngcloudx.com is for international students, right? Because you will see pricing in dollars. But if you're coming from India, if you click on it, automatically it will take you to the Indian website, that is training.ngcloudx.com. Okay. So in training.ngcloudx.com, if you go to all courses, you will be able to see the entire course list available, right? You can buy courses in bundle or you can buy courses individually as well, right? It is available here. So in hyper growth, you are able to get 30 technologies, different course segments are there, right, at a discounted price. But when you buy individual courses or minimum courses, price is a little bit higher. Okay? So I hope I'm able to answer your queries. Now coming back to the discussion, so let's first log in into and that learn.ngcloudx, please do not use it anymore. It is only available for 2 years. After that, it will be decommissioned because we are migrating and we are uploading everything on our cloud. So this website is hosted in my cloud environment, right? And now I have the control of my videos. Earlier, my videos were getting illegally downloaded and circulated. So we have got the control of that now, right? So now it's like we are controlling the access. We are, able to see who has subscribed to our courses. So few trainers in the past, they have subscribed it and they were recreating the video. So strictly trainers and any other institute is not allowed to join our courses. I keep on repeating this thing. I don't want to, take any strict legal action unnecessarily for anyone, but if repeatedly they will make the mistake, then I will left with no option. Hmm?
So, sir, just one thing, sir. So, someone who has purchased the Freedom Bundle, so it will also be available on the training dot
Yes,
ngcloudx.com later.
yes. Yeah, it is
Okay.
available right now. It is right now available if you will see.
No, I
Here it is.
cannot see
Uh,
I
I
cannot see
will.
the content in it.
No, content is there. We will assign it to you from backend. Don't worry. Just ping
Okay.
us your
Nitin, sir, same here also.
email.
Same here for me also. We are getting issue when we are accessing learn.ng's cloud over there it's visible, but on this training platform we are getting issue for that seeing that our account and all this whatever we have
Yeah,
purchased over
yeah, yeah.
there.
So migration is going on, guys. That's why the old portal will be there for 2 years. I have not decommissioned it right away, right? And I have given you the direct link so that you can watch your courses. Don't worry, we have 3,000 plus users. Okay.
Yeah.
So going on, migration is going on. We will give you the access.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not even able to log in onto the new portal, so it gives me error. When I'm trying to forget
Okay.
password, I'm not getting any email as well.
Don't worry, I'll check your account. You must have done
So,
some mistake
is it
because
possible to for come new portal mobile application?
yeah,
I
mobile
always
application also we are building Sagarji. Now everything we are building in-house. So this website has been developed by me only. This website, right? Whatever security we have done, it has been done by me and my team.
but
Similarly,
but
now we are working on our own application. Earlier we were using third-party service, and my data was getting uploaded on their cloud. So I was not having control on my data, right? And they
but
were leaking it from backend.
but
That's why I
whenever
have
I'm
to take this call.
searching, the login option is not coming. Only home all courses contain my courses. This login option is not coming. For
Where
again
it
I
is not
have to
coming.
in the my when I am searching in my laptop. Again I have to
Where it
slash
is.
and login. I just type it. Yeah,
No.
in here it's showing, but my it
You
was
are
not
you
showing.
are
Yeah.
accessing ngcloudx.in.
Okay.
There are multiple websites, you know.
Okay.
We
Then
will
again, I
start
have to using slash
we will
login.
we will start
Yeah, this one.
decommissioning it.
Yeah,
We'll
again
start
login.
decommissioning it,
Yeah, that one.
previous properties.
Yeah.
Right? That's why the best way to access the courses on new website is like, if you are from India, directly bookmark this training.ngcloudx.com. And if you don't recall this, just simply hit ngcloudx.com in your browser and it will open up the relevant website in front of
Okay.
you as per your location. Make sense? Okay. Don't
Yes, sir.
worry.
Thank you.
After the session, I will take it up. Now coming to the portals, right? So this is the licensed tenant which we have purchased, right? So this is the Zscaler Internet Access. This is Zscaler Private Access. And this is your Zscaler Client Connector portal. So these are the three portals, right? It is a complete licensed environment. You will be able to learn Zscaler from scratch in a real-time production environment, right? This is the internet access, right? Here you will see uh, how the users are accessing it, right? How much bandwidth, everything. I mean, you can get the analytics, web insights, tunnel insights, your traffic logs, right? So you will learn everything here. You can create the policies. You can, configure the SAML, right? Here you can see identity providers. I'm using Microsoft Entra ID, which is very new. In previous lectures, I have shown Okta. In new lectures, I'm showing it Microsoft Entra ID, right? And in policies as well, you can, create the policies. So it is like a complete production tenant through which you get real-time feeling. And whosoever was asking questions related to firewall control. So this is your cloud firewall. Okay. The default rule is block drop. So if you have the subscription of this firewall, you need to place your allow rules above. Otherwise, your non-web traffic will be impacted. Okay. Then, these are the things which you can configure here. So it's like a complete licensed tenant, and this will be provided. I mean, whosoever has bought the labs from us for Zscaler, they will now get the access because it's like you need supervision to do the lab here. Otherwise, you won't be able to configure anything out of it. It's too big. Too many things are there. Similarly, if I will show you the ZPA, so here you can see the real-time transactions are happening because our lab, there is one portal, lab.ngcloudx, where we provide virtual labs, where you can do firewall-related labs. So that lab is hosted on Zscaler only, right? So you're getting access to it. It shows the recent users, right? Current users, health of your applications, your app connectors, right? So here you can see 5 app connectors are up to take up the load. Okay. And then you can see more statistics of your app connectors. And if you want to see live transactions, like we were doing the live transactions, right? So you can just put the filter of user and you can just click on update, right? And if I will hit the private application, which I was trying to access before, and you will get the log here. See, 40 transactions. Nitin, right? Policy iDRAC server. You can see which app connector I have used, application name. If you scroll it down, you will get more details. Access policy name, policy ID, timeout policy name, action allow, timeout policy ID, username, IP of the user, session type, location, client type, right? Then service edge details, data center in New Delhi, right? And app connector details. So here it is. You see IP and protocol related communication. So Zscaler is only having the visibility. User will get the ephemeral IP, right? And this is your application details, ESXi cluster, right? Server IP port and all that stuff. Is it clear now how the connection is getting broke?
Yeah, clear, sir.
Okay. Similarly, in authentication, you can onboard the way I have integrated, Entra ID in ZIA. Similarly, I have integrated Entra ID in ZPA, right? And you can also make use of your SAML attributes, and then with the help of the your access policies, you can control your access to the resources, right? And in resource management, you can create your application segments through which you can control your access, right? So this is how we give access to our lab resources and we control it. So whatever we are teaching it, we have deployed it in live production environment, right, which is being used by the users, right? So you get real learning, and this is how it gets deployed in the real-time environment. Okay. Then coming to your ZCC, so your ZCC is like this, where you will be creating your app profiles, right? These are our app subscribers. Right? So their respective profiles have been created. Similarly, we will onboard other lab subscribers. Then in administration, you create your forwarding profile, okay, and then you start using it, right? Accordingly, policies gets enforced. Okay? So this is a Windows platform, Mac platform. So you can see it is a licensed tenant. So we have the license of 55 users. Right now we are only using 11. So 40 more users we can onboard and they can practice, right? Any doubt now?
Nitin, can you please show the posture checks which Zscaler supports regarding PC or any other device which connects to the network for ZTNA?
So in posture, you can add the posture, right? And then you can, right now we have the certificate type, right?
Mm-hmm.
It depends on your subscription, Javed. Right?
Okay.
So if you need to have more configuration available, so here you can, create your profiles. You can add the posture, right? And you can customize it. So if you have the subscription, then only you can do it.
Okay. But if you know number wise 20, 30, how many checks Zscaler supports?
Yeah, it depends. It depends, Javed.
Okay.
It depends. It totally depends, right? So you can build. We will try to cover it inside the training. Don't worry. Okay. And another important was like this partner integration. So if you see this partner integration, can you please mute yourself? Background noise. Yeah. This partner integration, you can onboard your Microsoft Cloud App Security, SD-WAN. You can add respective players, Riverbed, VMware, Silver Peak, HP, Citrix, Angina, CloudGenix, Noage, Juniper SD-WAN. These are the partners, right? Azure Virtual WAN is there, CrowdStrike is there, Microsoft Defender is there. So basically, we have bought the complete licenses. And for CASB, these are your SaaS application tenants, right? So here, what you need to do, you need to onboard the your SaaS tenants here, and then you will start managing it, right? So if you go to analytics, you get the web insights, mobile insights, DNS insights, threat insights, tunnel insights, right? And these are the reports which you get. So this is what it is, a cloud-based service. Make sense?
Yeah, how much lab access? This one, Zscaler lab.
We'll give you full administrative access to do everything. You can integrate it with, okay, let me show you what you can do. Just a minute. So you will get the Fortinet SD-WAN licensed box through which you can create the tunnels. Show you. So you'll get the Fortinet SD-WAN because you have already completed the training. Full administrative rights will be provided along with the workbooks, right? So you can see this is the licensed box, hardware box, right? And you will be getting, opportunity to build your SD-WAN fabric, and you can onboard your tunnel with Zscaler. So Fortinet firewalls are available, SD-WAN routers are available, switch is available, OT manager is available, licensed OT manager is available. All these
In
things
our
are
lab,
available.
in
Okay?
Ngcloudx lab, it
Yes,
is
in
available.
Ngcloudx.
Okay.
Okay.
So Nitin,
So
workbooks you will give.
we provide both labs, licensed and unlicensed. Unlicensed labs are like where you will be getting evaluation licenses to do the lab research. That is a cloud, and let me log in and show you. So
That one.
there it is. So when you go to lab.ngcloudx.com, right? So you get a home page like this, and you get these lab servers. So right now I'm connected to Zscaler, so this will not work because this has been designed to access the lab from anywhere, be it your corporate laptops, your personal laptop. You need not to, you need not to have anything, any connector. I can turn it off, right? So if I will just disable this connector, still you can access the lab from the browser. So this is
And
a
license type,
browser-based
how
lab.
much cost? License one? You are showing
You
the
will you can reach out to us over WhatsApp and a comment. You will get the cost. This is the official WhatsApp number. You can just ping it. Divya will be there to assist you. Paste the number in chat and you can build your subscription accordingly, right? This particular lab is very affordable. It's like you get it for 7,000 rupees, 32 GB compute, where you get the yearly access, right? And let me show you what else you get here. Cloudx Labs.
So workbooks you will be sharing only with who are having like a labs access, or you will be sharing with everyone who have hyper growth bundle.
Workbooks is only for the lab subscribers.
Okay.
So like this, you can build your topologies, right? And you can build your SD-WAN fabric. This we were using during our training. And you get Checkpoint Lab, you get Fortinet Lab, Cisco. You can create your own labs, right? Likewise, if I will show you, so here you can see this is what you get in 7,000 rupees for a year. Palo Alto, Checkpoint, Cisco, custom. You can build your own topologies, right? And if I will show you what you can build in your topologies, like you get all the devices, right? Cisco SD-WAN and everything is there. If you just open it up.
Nitin,
So
these devices
here,
would be having internet access also,
yeah, everything.
and these would be
So
licensed
for
version.
Javed, this is evaluation version.
Okay.
This is virtual lab. Okay.
Got it.
So here you get Checkpoint, Cisco CSR 1000V, Firepower, Cisco routers, Nexus, right? F5, Juniper, Linux, Palo Alto, Viptela, Windows Server, Fortinet, right? And here, you can build your topologies as per your requirement. I'll show you like this topology, so which we were using during our training. So this dual hub setup we have covered, right? We have built the fabric and all that. So in customized, you can do anything. Okay? And you will get the GUI access and all that stuff. Now coming to the physical racks are different. They are licensed and okay, I've disconnected the Zscaler. So in physical rack, you get the actual hardware and along with the license. Okay. Both labs are available, like the Zscaler. This is the actual tenant, right? Production tenant. Subscription cost, if you go and buy Zscaler, you will come to know what I'm talking about. It is very expensive. Similarly, if you go with the Prisma Access, you can buy Mercedes, to be honest. This much we have invested in these licenses, right? Just to give you
So
the real-time production trainings.
Nitin, so what would be the duration of the labs? Suppose if we purchase this licensed one.
Zscaler is like we normally give 5,000 rupees for 30 days, 24/7 access. It
Okay.
was the earlier price. Now when you buy things in package, then you get the offer. So if you want to buy individual things, you can buy it. It is available on our website, right? Soon this option will be also available, lab option through website. Yeah, you can buy this stuff, right? But if you want to customize it, if you want to you know get a deal, then you can select the courses, you can bundle it together. Hyper growth is one of them, where you are learning 30 things only at 4,000 rupees per technology, right? So this is how it is. Okay, and this WhatsApp button is also there. You can anytime chat with our team. Just click on this WhatsApp and get connected with the team, and they will assist you. Right. This number which I have pasted in the chat, it is always open up in my laptop as well. Right. So I have access to this chat. So that's why whatever you discuss with anyone, so I have the visibility. When you have discussion with Kajal directly, I don't have visibility to that. Right? So that's what I'm saying. If you have your concerns, whatever it is, ping to this number because this number is logged in into my laptop. So I can see your queries and all that stuff. Okay. Make sense? Any doubt?
Fine.
Nitin,
And
one
this
quick
automation,
question.
sorry, please go ahead. I'll go next.
Sorry, Nitin, do we get to choose the hypergrowth bundle even now? I thought we have crossed that deadline, right? Or do we get that
No,
option
no.
now?
That option is also available. It is just that price is little bit high now. It is 1,20,000. Earlier it was 90,000. So this is the only difference.
Okay, and
So
if we choose individual courses out of this hypergrowth bundle, it's even more
yeah,
expensive than the 1,20,000.
exactly. Single course will be expensive. Like if I will give you an example, 14 SD-WAN training. You got this training in bundle 3,000 rupees, individual it is 8,000. Reason being that, Shri, be honest with you guys, right? License cost is very high, right? And as you can see that as per the promise, I'm giving you licensed training, right? I'm not giving you valuation trainings. Okay.
Sir,
Licensed cost is very
if
high.
I sir, if I take a 12 courses, how much price I'll pay?
So Sagarjeet, we have a system in place. We have
Okay.
created a system for that. So when you do the course selection, then your system will give you the price, and accordingly you can enroll to it.
Okay.
Obviously, 30 courses you're getting at 1,20,000. It means 4,000 rupees per course. But when you customize your bundle, 10, 12, 15, obviously per course price will increase. It makes sense, right? But it will be lesser than this price individual. Although we
Okay.
are working on pricing, see, I always try to make trainings affordable, guys. Try to understand these Zscaler licenses, Prisma licenses, they are very expensive. If I say that we can buy a Mercedes, it is true. I can show you the invoices as well. This is not that easy to afford, right? And that too for 1 year. You're just paying it for 1 year, and after 1 year, again we need to pay that amount. Okay. So somebody was passing this comment to me that with this hyper growth, you are making lots of money and all that. So to that individual, my reply is that this course is having 30 courses. The license cost for those 30 courses will be 1.75 CR, approximately 1.75 CR. Okay. So don't think that this is very expensive and how much I'm taking from you and all that. License cost is beyond your imagination, right? Like I promised, you'll get the complete license training. Okay. So whenever possible, I always keep you giving trainings at very affordable price. Guys, these are cloud-based services. You cannot recreate them anywhere. You cannot do the simulation in uh, Eve or some other hypervisors. You need cloud tenants from the OEM. And as the parent company, Cloudx Solutions Private Limited, we are the partners of major OEMs now. Okay, so we get it from the OEMs, we buy it, right? Ngcloudx is our training brand. I own everything. I'm holding everything, right? So any other doubt?
And
So
Nitin,
Nitin,
is it possible to get ZDX as well?
Right now I've not purchased the ZDX licenses because ZDX was never part of the hypergrowth bundle. The in 30 course list. Let me just bring up that list. Just a minute, huh? Just a minute.
Just one thing, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The course which are already uploaded, I mean the pre-recorded session and live trainings of Prisma Access and Zscaler, which you have already.
You will get the access.
Yeah,
Whosoever
but
is
is
subscribed
there
to the
any?
live trainings. Mm-hmm.
No, no, but like I have purchased this hyper growth bundle, not
Mm-hmm.
the individual one. So, is there any difference in those trainings which you have already provided on this one, or
See,
that would be
see,
the same?
Ashu. See,
Yeah,
Ashu, you're connected with me since long, right? And you know
yeah,
that every time when I teach, something is different
yeah.
because
I
there is
know
no
that.
script which I'm running, right? So it's like
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
it becomes dynamic. So today, I
Ye-
mean, I have given session on Zscaler multiple times, but all the time you will hear something new from my side, right? Because it's dynamic.
Yeah,
So
I
don't worry. Whatever is
no, no.
available,
Yeah,
pre-recorded live trains, you will get the access.
yeah, because I do not have the access to the old ones. That's why I'm asking. I know
We'll give you
every
now.
time the con
We are running profile verification for everyone because few
okay.
trainers have subscribed to it and they are recreating it,
Yeah, I
transporting
know
the
that.
courses from here and there. So we are just
Yeah.
doing profile screening. Once it's done, you will get it. So this is the list, guys. We started with Fortinet SD-WAN, Prisma SD-WAN, Prisma Access was supposed to start, but people in Fortinet SD-WAN they insisted for Zscaler. Reason being that we did the integration and they wanted to get the more visibility, and then it made a lot of sense of using Zscaler instead of Prisma, because now what we will be doing, we will be integrating it with Fortinet SD-WAN. So you'll get more visibility, and then right after it, you will see Prisma, right? So you'll get more hands-on experience on the SASE architecture. Then Cisco SD-WAN, and then you will have Meraki SD-WAN, and then your Netscope will kick off, right? Then Fortinet SASE, Zscaler SD-WAN, then your clouds will start, right? Then Meraki Wi-Fi, Silver Peak SD-WAN, Aruba, Versa, VeloCloud SD-WAN, CrowdStrike, Palo Alto XDR, SIM is there, Python scripting and SOAR is there, Ansible and Jenkins is there, Docker is there, Kubernetes is there, ESXi is there. And then this is the most important thing, design and architecture, HLD and LLD, because you will be most of you will be coming from support, right? If you want to transform your career, if you want to come inside design and architecture, or if you want to go into pre-sales, then this is what is needed, right? You should be able to build the HLDs, otherwise nothing is going to happen. Then your ethical hacking is also covered, CEH and Kali Linux pen testing, right? So these are the
So
30 things which will be covered in this bundle. Fortinet is almost over. Now within Zscaler, we will take references of these Fortinet SD-WAN. Yes. Now please tell me.
Nitin, can we do that course before 20th design and HLD LLDs?
No, 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 no. See, it's like
Because
what you
that
need to
will be
understand.
done.
Oh,
Mhm.
Vishant, see, this sequence has a logic. Okay. And the logic is HLD and LLD means that you are master of everything. Then only you can create the network designs and service designs, right? If you don't know all of these things, what you will learn here? Okay, let me just give you the reference HLD document. I have it in my laptop. Just a minute, I'll share my screen again. You need to write a 35 to 40 page of contract. It's not that easy. Okay.
Mhm.
This contract writing piece is very difficult and lot of efforts needed. I cannot record this because this is my customer's environment. So let me stop recording, share my screen.